morning to all. This is Dr. Padma, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today's topic is non-ideal effects of junction field effect transistors. So, non-ideal effects of JFET. So, we will discuss about the introduction of non-ideal effects of JFET, channel length modulation, velocity saturation effects, and small signal equivalent circuit. Introduction. As with any semiconductor device, there are non-ideal effects that will change the ideal device characteristics. So, if you take any semiconductor device, there are some non-ideal effects which influence the ideal device characteristics. So, however, when a JFET is biased in the saturation region, the effective electrical channel length is a function of VDS. So, the channel length L is a function of VDS, drain to source voltage. So, this non-ideal effect is called as the channel length modulation. So, if you take any semiconductor device, there are some parameters, those are called as the non-ideal effects which are influence the ideal device characteristics. So, when a JFET is biased in the saturation region, so the JFET is biased in the saturation region, then the effective electrical channel length L is a function of VDS. It is a function of drain to source voltage. So, this non-ideal effect is called as the channel length modulation. Channel length modulation. So, in addition, when a transistor is biased near or in the saturation region, the electric field in the channel become large. So, the electric field will become large enough so that the majority carriers reach their saturation velocity. So, if you take N channel, means it in this N channel, electrons are the majority charge carriers. So, if you take P channel, in P channel, holes are the majority charge carriers. So, in addition, when a transistor is biased near the saturation region, then the electric field in the channel can become large. So, if the transistor is biased near the saturation region, then the electric field will become large, so that the majority charge carriers reach their saturation velocity. So, at this point, the mobility is no longer a constant. So, mu is the mobility. Mobility is not constant at this condition. So, the magnitude of the gate current will affect the input impedance, which may need to taken into account the circuit design. So the mobility is not a constant, then the magnitude of the gate current will affect the input impedance. So, here the gate current will affect the input impedance, which may be need to taken into the account while the circuit design. So, the channel length modulation. So, the expression for the drain current is inversely proportional to the channel length. So, here the drain current ID is inversely proportional to the channel length. So, the expression for the drain current is inversely proportional to the channel length. So, in deriving the current equations, we implicitly assumed that the channel length was constant. Here we are keeping the channel length is constant. However, the effective channel length can change. So, the expression for the drain current is inversely proportional to the channel length. So, if we derive the current equations, we have assumed that the channel length was constant. We are assuming that the channel length was constant, but the effective channel length can change. So, figure 1 shows the space charge region in the N channel region. So, figure 1 shows the space charge region in the channel when the transistor is biased in the saturation region. So, the first condition is here, we are biasing the transistor in a saturation region. So, the neutral N channel length decreases. So, here the N channel length decreases with increasing the drain to source voltage. So, then the drain current will obviously increases. So, the figure 1 is the cross section of the JFET showing the carrier velocity and the space charge with the saturation effect. So, the figure 1 is the space charge region in the channel when the transistor is biased in the saturation region. So, the neutral N channel length is decreases while increasing the drain to source voltage, then the drain current will obviously increases. So the change in the effective channel length and the corresponding the change in the drain current is called the channel length modulation. So channel length modulation means the change in the effective channel length and the change in the drain current. So those are called as the channel length modulation. So the channel length modulation can be written as IP1 dash equal to mu n into E into ND whole square into WA cube by 6 epsilon S into L dash. That is the equation 1. So the channel length modulation can be written as IP1 dash equal to mu n into E into N2 whole square W into A cube divided by 6 epsilon S into L dash. That is the equation 1. So where L dash equal to L dash is similar to L minus half into delta L. So L dash means the change in the channel length, that is similar to L minus 1 by 2 into delta L, where L is the channel length. So the drain current can be written as ID1 dash equal to ID1 into IP1 dash by IP1, that equal to ID1 into L by L minus half into DL, that is equation 3. So the drain current can be written as ID1 dash equal to ID1 into IP1 dash by IP1 equal to ID1 into L by L minus half into delta L, that is equation 3. So another form of the current voltage characteristics in the saturation region is given by ID1 dash saturation. So the current voltage characteristics in the saturation region can be represented as ID1 saturated equal to ID1 into saturation into 1 plus lambda into VDS, that is equation 4. So the effective channel length L supports the VDS saturation voltage. Here the channel length L supports the drain to source voltage in the saturation region, and the space charge region length L in the channel supports the drain voltage beyond the saturation value. So here the effective channel length L supports the VDS. Then the space charge region length L in the channel supports the drain voltage beyond the saturation value. So neglecting the charges in the space charge region due to the current flow, the depletion length L is then, to a first approximation, is given by delta L equal to 2 into epsilon S into VDS minus VDS saturation divided by E into ND whole to the power of 1 by 2. So here neglecting the charges in the space charge region due to the current flow, the depletion length L is then the first approximation is given by delta L equal to 2 epsilon S into VDS minus VDS saturation divided by E into ND whole to the power of half, that is equation 5. Since the effective channel length changes with VDS. Here the effective channel length changes with the drain to source voltage. The drain current is now a function of VDS. So the small signal output impedance at the drain terminal can be defined as RDS. RDS equal to dou into VDS by dou into ID1 dash, similar to delta VDS by delta ID1 dash, that is equation 6. This is the small signal output impedance at the drain terminal can be defined as RDS equal to dou into VDS by dou ID1 dash, that is similar to delta VDS by delta ID1 dash, that is equation 6. For high frequency MOSFETs, typical channel lengths are the order of the 1 meter. If you consider the high frequency metal semiconductor field effect transistors, the typical channel lengths are the order of 1 meter. So the channel length modulation and other effects become very important in the short channel devices. So the channel length modulation and other effects become very important in the short channel devices. So next topic is velocity saturation effects. So here this velocity saturation effect implies that the mobility is not a constant. So, the velocity saturation effect means the mobility is not a constant value. So, for a very short channels, the carriers can easily reach their saturation velocity with changes in the current voltage characteristics of the JFET. So, the velocity saturation effect implies the mobility is not a constant. So, for very short channels, the carriers can easily reach the saturation velocity which changes the current voltage characteristics of the JFET. So, as the channel narrows at the drain terminal, the velocity of the carriers increases since the current through the channel is a constant. So, for a narrow channels at the drain terminal, the narrow channels at the drain terminal, the velocity of the carriers increases. The velocity increases since the current through the channel is a constant. If the current is constant, then the velocity increases. So, the carriers first saturated at the drain end of the channels. So, that's why here at the drain terminal, the carriers are first saturated. So, the depletion region will reach the saturation thickness. So, we can write, ID1 saturation, the saturation current, drain current, ID1 saturation equal to E into ND, V saturation, small v, this is the saturation velocity. So, V saturation into A minus H saturation into W, that is equation 1. Here, the drain current in the saturation region ID1 equal to E into ND, V saturation into A minus H saturation into W. So, here V saturation is the saturation velocity and H saturation is the saturation depletion width. So, H saturation is the saturation depletion width. So, the saturation effect occurs at the drain voltage smaller than the VDS saturation. Here, the voltage is smaller than the VDS voltage value determined in the previous sessions. So, both IDS saturation and VDS saturation will be smaller than the previously calculated values. So, here the drain to source voltage and drain to source current both are smaller. So, here, figure 2 shows the plot of the drain current versus VGS. So, drain current is taken on the y-axis, VDS is taken on the x-axis for different values of the gate to source voltages for 3 regions of the gate voltage. So, the curve illustrates that the drain current becomes small below the threshold, but it is not a 0. Here, the drain current decreases below the threshold voltage, but it is not become 0. So, the minimum drain current may be need to accounted for in the low power circuit applications. So, here, the normalized ID versus VDS plots for a constant mobility and field dependent mobility. Here, 2 diagrams represents for first one is the constant mobility, second one is the field dependent mobility for ID versus VDS plots for different gate to source voltages. Small signal equivalent circuit. So, the cross section of the N-channel PN junction field effect transistor is shown in the figure 1. So, here the cross section view of the JFET with the source and drain and series resistance values. So, this is the N-channel. So, here, the cross-section of the N-channel PN JFET. So, including the source, drain and series resistance. So, the substrate may be semi-insulating gallium arsenide. So, here, the substrate is a gallium arsenide or it may be a P-type substrate. Here, we are taking the P-type substrate, but it is a N-channel JFET. It is a N-channel PN junction JFET. PN junction JFET. The substrate is maybe P-type gallium arsenide. It is a semi-insulating substrate. So, here the figure 4 shows the small signal equivalent circuit for the JFET. This one is the small signal equivalent circuit for the JFET. Here, RGS is the gate to source resistance, CGS is the gate to source capacitance. So, here RDS is the drain to source resistance, CDS is the capacitance between the drain to source. RGD is the gate to drain resistance. So this is the small signal equivalent circuit for the JFET. So the voltage VG dash S dash is the internal gate to source voltage. Here VG dash S dash equal to internal gate to source voltage. So it is the internal gate to source voltage that controls the drain current. So here VG dash S dash is the internal gate to source voltage which controls the drain current. So the RGS and CGS parameters are the gate to source diffusion resistance and the junction capacitance. So the gate to source junction is reverse biased for the depletion mode devices and has only small forward bias voltage for enhancement mode devices. So that normally RGS is a large value. So here RGS and CGS parameters are the gate to source diffusion resistance and the junction capacitance of the devices. So here the gate to source junction is reverse biased. Here gate to source is reverse biased. Reverse biased in the depletion mode devices and has only small forward bias voltage for enhancement mode devices. So that normally RGS value will be large value. So the parameters RGD and CGD are the gate to drains resistance and capacitance. So the resistance RDS is the finite drain resistance. So which is a function of the channel length modulation effect. So here RDS is a function of the channel length. It is a function of the channel length. So the CDS capacitance is mainly drain to source parasitic capacitance and CS is the drain to source substrate capacitance. Here the CS is the substrate capacitance. So the ideal small signal equivalent circuit is shown in the figure 5a. This is the ideal low frequency. So this is the low frequency small signal equivalent circuit. So all diffusion resistance are the infinite and series resistance are the 0. And at low frequency the capacitance become open circuits. So all diffusion resistance are the infinite. So the series resistance are 0. And at low frequency the capacitance become open for the circuits. So the small signal drain current is IDS equal to GM into VGS. So which is a function only for the transconductance and the input signal voltage. Here the small signal drain current can be written as IDS equal to GM into VGS. So which is a function only for the transconductance and the input signal voltage. So the effect of the source series resistance can be determined using the figure 5b. We have IDS equal to GM into VG dash S dash, that is equation 2. So the relation between VGS and VGS dash S dash can be found from VGS equal to VG dash S dash plus GM into VG dash S dash into RS, that equal to 1 plus GM into RS into VG dash S dash. This is the relation between the VGS and VGS dash. VGS means gate to source voltage. VG dash S dash means it is the internal gate to source voltage. The relation is VGS equal to VG dash S dash plus GM VG dash S dash into RS, that equal to 1 plus GM RS into VG dash S dash. That is equation 3. So equation 2 can be written as IDS equal to GM plus GM divided by 1 plus GM RS into VGS equal to GM dash into VGS, that is equation 4. So the effect of the source resistance is to reduce the effective transconductance or the transistor gain. So the effect of the source resistance is reduce the effective transconductance or transistor gain. So here GM is the transconductance. So these are the references for semiconductor devices.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.